What up, guys? Welcome back to another episode of Mike's DVDs and Blu-rays collection. I'm your host, Mike. Today in my little YouTube episode, I got some new releases. These are just a mixed bag, no genre special today. These are a mixed bag of movies that I've gotten all the way back to December. Some of these date back. First up, I want to show this one. This is by director James Whale. James Whale's famous for creating the Frankenstein classic in 1931. He's famous for creating the Frankenstein that we all know and love, the way Frankenstein looks, that went on for years and decades and decades and decades later. With the same Boris Karloff look, which also, Glenn Strange was similar and stuff. But anyways, James Whale created the Invisible Man, Bride of Frankenstein. He went on and made some really good dramas and musicals. He made a really good musical in 1936 with Showboat. I almost forgot there for a minute there, but he made some different stuff, and a lot of his little lesser known movies are coming out. Some of his melodramas, some of his intrigue, some different movies he did over the years. So I can't wait. I want more to come out. A lot of them are just in the public domain, horrible copies available, but this one has been restored. This is a 2K master. Kino has released it. This is a movie called The Kiss Before the Mirror, and this came out in 1933. It's kind of a fast movie. It's 69 minutes, so it was probably paired with another movie at the time when it came out. It was probably a double bill with another drama or a comedy or something. But The Kiss Before the Mirror is kind of a husband killing his wife and trying to get away with it by double jeopardy or something like that, and it spirals where another couple is trying to do it. It's just got it's kind of a bedroom movie, as they would call them back in the day, kind of a, I guess they would call it a drama, and everything, but it's got some really cool camera angles and everything. I mean, the opening shot, which you obviously know it's on a set, but it was decorated really cool, kind of like harkens back to the Frankenstein sets. When it first opened, the graveyard, and you can tell and stuff. But yeah, there you go. A Kiss Before the Mirror. It came out recently. It's got Gloria Stewart in it. Gloria Stewart went on, and probably modern audiences know her best as the old lady on the Titanic from the Titanic movie in 1997. She was the older lady, but Gloria Stewart was in a lot of cool stuff in the 30s, and this is one. Next up, guys, we got a movie. I got this for Christmas. This is a movie that I was wanting to come out forever. They had a German copy, or maybe it was a French copy or something, on Blu-ray, on DVD, and it's hard to find. There was never a good release of this. It's available on VHS. I don't think it's even available on Laserdisc. If it is, let me know. But I waited for years for this because I'm a big Laurel and Hardy fan. And this was a movie that was done solo by Oliver Hardy when they were in a contract dispute with Hal Roach at the time, who was their producer, and Hal Roach Studios. Stan was still doing some stuff, but they had a kind of a break for a year. And Oliver Hardy did this movie. It's called Zenovia. It also stars former silent comedy, underrated genius in a way, Harry Langdon. Someone you don't hear as much. He really did not do well in talking comedy shorts. He tried comedy shorts in the early 30s, and a lot of them just did not work. and it's an epic failure. The fact of him trying to go into talkies when he was such a genius with silence. He worked with Frank Capra back in the mid-20s, 25, 26, made some really good silent movies like The Strong Man and stuff like that. Really good silent movie comedies, but he just did not do well. He's really good on this movie, though. He's playing it more, not for laughs, but there is some laughs in here and stuff, so it's really good. Oliver Hardy's like a Southern gentleman. This takes place post-Civil War Georgia, stuff like that, involving his daughter getting married and involving a huge elephant. So maybe I shouldn't tell you much about this. Just check it out. Classic Flicks put it out. They've done some really good releases in the past couple years. Abbott and Costello, African Screams. They did a great restoration of that. They've released some Marx Brothers stuff recently. Night in Casablanca. Stuff like that. So check that out, if you will. If you're a fan of Oliver Hardy and Stan Laurel, also known as Laurel and Hardy, if you're a fan of those, check those out. Next up is a kind of a lesser known Western made in 1972, starring Jeff Bridges. And this is a lesser known Western, kind of underrated. It's called Bad Company, and Jeff Bridges is a hot actor at this point. He had previously done The Last Picture Show the year before, so he was, getting roles left and right. You would see Jeff Bridges do a lot of stuff in the next 5 years, a lot of different movies and stuff, and he did some really good movies. And this is a lesser known one. This also takes place post-Civil War. They're both kind of avoiding the war. Jeff Bridges plays kind of a saddle tramp, which is kind of just somebody who just wanders from town to town, kind of a bum on a horse, basically. And the other guy that's played by Barry Brown, which I'm not too familiar with Barry Brown and what he did before or after this movie, but he plays more the good boy that left home to try to go to the big city to get a better job, to send money home to his parents who were having difficulties. It's kind of on the way to the big city, he meets Jeff Bridges, and his life has changed at that point and goes a different direction. So it basically shows the ins and outs and what they get into and stuff like that. But it's a great little drama, a comedy. It's got some comedic moments. But as a Western, it's pretty cool and underrated. So I don't think it's on Blu-ray. This is a Paramount edition from the early 2000s. Bad Company. Next up, this is one of Quentin Tarantino's Rolling Thunder Pictures releases that he did in the early 2000s. He released about, 8 movies or 9 movies or something like that. And I've got a few of them. Now this is from the Shaw Brothers. It's called The Mighty Kingman. It's kind of a comedy, martial arts, kung fu movie. Obviously a guy in a gorilla suit, like a guy they discover in the jungle. He becomes the Mighty Peking Man. He's, exploited. He ends up helping a girl, an American girl, who shows up in this movie. I always forget her name. I think it's Evelyn Kraft. But it stars Danny Lee. He does a lot of cool kung fu. Directed by Ho Ming-Hu. Mighty Peking Man. Then this is coming out soon on a Shaw Brothers deluxe, 12 movie collection that Arrow's putting out. This is going to be a restored version on Blu-ray. But I really like these older Rolling Thunder Quentin Tarantino movies. They're highly collectible and they look good. And everything, but if you find them, get them, because they are valuable. They have fluctuated in price over the year, but I've seen some that are really high. Some of them are rarer than others for some reason, but This one you can get for a good medium size. You know, it's, I don't know, it fluctuates from the mid $15 all the way up to 40 something, you know. But yeah, The Mighty Peking Man, check that out. It's a movie that doesn't take itself too serious, which you will see, because if you're into kung fu and you're into just, you know, maybe some laughs or anything, check that out. It's really cool. Next up, I got a movie. This is a Severin video release. This is a movie produced and directed by Richard Rush. Came out in 1980, 79, I mean. The Stunt Man. This is the DVD release of it. This is a pretty loaded Severin release. This is an older edition. It's on Blu-ray now, but the Blu-ray is out of print and it's really expensive. But this is the DVD edition. It's 2 discs, special edition. It's got 2 or 3 documentaries on here that are really good. It's got audio commentary with Richard Rush. It's got trailers. It's got all kinds of stuff on there. So it's well worth tracking down. If you find the Blu-ray, it has the same stuff on it, everything, but I just could not pay those prices. I have this on Laserdisc, and I really enjoyed the movie. Peter O'Toole, basically this guy on the run from the law, stumbles upon a movie set. They're filming some scenes on a beach, and Peter O'Toole is just having problems trying to get this movie filmed. He's unhappy with the stunt work and what's going on in this scene. He's just at a breaking point, and all of a sudden this scene, you know, unfolds with, you know, him running onto the set and doing some stunt work in a way to get away from the cops. So Peter O'Toole loves it, keeps it in the film, hires him to be in the movie, starts rewriting the movie for him, and all along keeping his secret from the police and everything, that he's wanted by the police and everything. So Barbara Hershey's in this, who plays the girlfriend and actress in the movie of Peter O'Toole's, and ends up falling for what's his name, Steve Railsback. But yeah, good movie. Check this out. If you can find it on DVD, snatch it up. Blu-ray's out of print. Obviously this is out of print too, but yeah, find that. This one, the DVD's a little cheaper, is what I'm trying to say. And finally, guys, this is something I got way back, probably as long as 5 months ago. I've been trying to figure out where to squeeze this in my videos. This was a movie by Samuel Goldwyn, produced. It is a movie filmed in 2-strip Technicolor, which is early color film. This is 1930. The movie's called Whoopi, and that's what's really cool. It's what attracted me to the movie a long time ago when I was a teenager. I was fascinated with the 2-strip Technicolor process, the way it looked, and it was just because I discovered old movies and I was watching so many of them, and then all of a sudden I watch a 2-strip Technicolor, and it was really cool at the time. So it stars Eddie Cantor. He was a big Broadway star beforehand. Just huge. He was huge on Broadway. He was in like the Ziegfeld Follies and everything. Goes out to Hollywood, starts making some movies, some movie musicals. He plays like a hypochondriac a lot of times in his movies, and so it's a pretty funny movie. It's got some really memorable songs on there. Anybody that's fans of early 30s musical numbers, you know, some of the Al Dubins and different stuff. It's got some cool songs on there. Also great musical numbers by the legendary Busby Berkeley. This is one of his earliest movies where he would find big fame in Warner Brothers later on, doing the musical numbers such as 42nd Street and Gold Diggers of 1933, Footlight Parade, all those movies with those complicated musical numbers stuff. So this is really cool. This is a Warner Archive release, so check that out. You can find this on Amazon. And also Warner Archive has a collection of Eddie Cantor movies. I think there's like 4 or 5 movies on there. This isn't on there, so but he did a few really good movies for Sam Goldwyn back in the 30s. So check him out. And that's about it, guys. This is just a little episode, just some odds and ends. If you have any questions or any comments, let me know in the comments. Let me know about these movies, anything that I left out or left in. Talk about it. If you like this episode, give me a thumbs up. As always, subscribe to my channel if you haven't already, and check out my past episodes. I have a bunch of episodes, 200 episodes, I believe now. That's hard to believe. And that's about it, guys. So until next time, watch good movies, be safe out there, and I'll catch you guys later in another video.